Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English podcast session. I'm John.
And I'm Amelia. We're here to help you improve your English while diving into thought-provoking topics. Today's topic? The myth of motivation.
It's a big one. Why motivation isn't enough and what you should rely on instead. Plus, we'll share practical habits to stay consistent.
And don't forget, we have an intermediate vocabulary section coming up. You'll want to stick around for that.
So, Amelia, let's jump right in. Motivation is often seen as the magic ingredient for success. But is it?
Not really, John. Motivation is like a spark. It gets you started, but it doesn't keep the fire going. Think about New Year's resolutions. How often do they last?
Exactly. People feel motivated at first, but as soon as the excitement fades, they give up. Motivation is fleeting.
And that's the problem. If you rely solely on motivation, you're setting yourself up for failure when it disappears. What we really need is consistency.
Consistency over motivation. I like that. But what helps us stay consistent when motivation is gone?
Habits, systems, and discipline. They create a structure that keeps you moving forward even when you don't feel like it.
Let's break it down. If motivation isn't reliable, what is? Amelia, give us some examples.
Sure. First, habits. Think of brushing your teeth. You don't need motivation for that. It's automatic because it's a habit.
Right, and the same applies to working out or studying. Start small, make it a routine, and over time, it becomes second nature.
Next, systems. Systems are about creating an environment that supports your goals. For example, if you're learning English, set up a system, 20 minutes a day, same time, same place.
And finally, discipline. This one's tough but essential. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it.
Absolutely. It's not glamorous, but it's what separates people who achieve their goals from those who don't.
Okay, Amelia, let's give our listeners some practical habits to stay consistent. What's first?
Start small. Don't aim for perfection, focus on progress. For example, instead of saying, "I'll study English for 2 hours a day," start with 10 minutes.
Or instead of saying, "I'll read a book every week," start with 1 page a day. Small steps are easier to maintain.
Great tip. Next, track your progress. Use a journal or app to record your habits. You can use a notebook or even a calendar. Checking off your progress feels satisfying.
I love that. Here's another: eliminate distractions. If you want to focus, turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and set a timer.
Another one, eliminate friction. Don't forget to plan ahead. Make it easy to do the thing you want. If you're learning English, keep your materials accessible like a book on your desk or a language app on your phone. If you want to work out in the morning, lay out your clothes the night before. Preparation makes it easier to follow through.
And finally, find accountability. Tell a friend your goal or join a community. It's harder to quit when someone's counting on you.
Yes, accountability can make a huge difference. It's like having a teammate on your journey.
It really does. Sometimes, just knowing someone's watching your progress is enough to keep you going. And now, it's time for our vocabulary break. Let's learn some intermediate words and phrases related to today's topic.
First word, fleeting. It means something short-lived or temporary. For example, his excitement was fleeting, it disappeared as quickly as it came.
Next, structure. A framework or organization that holds things together. For example, a daily routine gives structure to your day.
Another one, discipline. It means the ability to control your behavior, especially to achieve goals. Example, she had the discipline to study every day, even when she was tired.
And how about automatic? It means something done without thinking because it's a habit. For example, driving became automatic after years of practice.
Last one, systems. These are organized methods or processes. For instance, creating a system for studying helped him improve his grades.
Try to use these words in your own sentences this week. Now, let's get back to the main discussion. Before we wrap up, it's story time. Let's share a short story that illustrates today's lesson.
Sure. There was once a man named Alex who wanted to run a marathon. He was super motivated at first, buying all the gear and signing up for a race. But after a week, he stopped training. Why? His motivation ran out.
So, what did Alex do? He decided to focus on building a habit. Every morning, he put his running shoes by the door. Even if he didn't feel like running, he told himself to at least walk for 5 minutes.
Over time, those 5-minute walks turned into 30-minute runs. And eventually, Alex completed his marathon not because he stayed motivated, but because he stayed consistent.
Such a great example. It shows that small, consistent action